Welcome to this quick 9-slide presentation on the context of the Fresh Connection simulation and what you'll be playing here. So here's the situation. Here's the challenge. You're a team of 4. You've been appointed to the 4 roles of sales, purchasing, supply chain, and operations. Your assignment, make the company profitable again by making good strategic, good tactical choices. You produce fruit juices. You're suffering severe losses, poor supply chain performance. 6 products, 3 flavors: orange with vitamin C, orange with mango, in 2 sizes, 1-liter bottles, PET bottles. So a combination of 6 products total, which could have up to a shelf life of 20 weeks. So there's 20 weeks. You have to make a commitment on how much of those 20 weeks you will promise your customer. You have 3 customers in this simulation: food and groceries, which is your major food chain. Depending where you are in the country, that could be like a Hy-Vee, it could be a Kroger's, could be Piggly Wiggly, could be Cub, any of the large retailers. Land Market is a discounter like Aldi's, Dominick's, gas station, and convenience stores. So here's what your supply chain looks like. You bring in raw materials through supply, so you bring in the components, they go into production. Upon completion, they go into finished goods, and then they're sold and distributed out to the customer. And here's where the 4 roles match up. Purchasing will be responsible for supply chain, sales responsible for selling and distribution, vice president of operations will be in charge of production, and supply chain will be in charge of the inventory and the material management decisions necessary to support this whole system. So what you have is 3 warehouses, a pallet warehouse location for components and a tank yard for components, and also pallet locations in the outbound warehouse for finished goods. The software, the simulation, will also bring in overflow warehouses if you don't properly size your warehouse. 2-stage production, mixing and a bottling line. So product is mixed first, then bottled, then goes on finished goods. We have bottling lines and mixers for all products. You can add bottling lines and mixers or change them if you want to. It's a make to stock product. Lead time of customers 1 day. We deliver next day to the customer. So back to our shelf life. The product has a shelf life of 20 weeks. In the simulation, you will be making shelf life agreements to the customer. So if you promise the customer 75%, you're saying 75% of 20 weeks is 15 weeks is what you're promising the customer. You are saying at a minimum, everything you get from us will be good for at least 15 weeks at the moment of delivery. That means the other 25% becomes your internal shelf life. 25% of 20 weeks is 5 weeks. So inventory of finished goods cannot go past 5 weeks. Otherwise, it will be obsoleted, tossed out as bad, because finished product is not distributed to a customer if you violate your shelf life agreement. So some challenges and topics to think about as you play. Number 1, how well you communicate as a team, how well you make decisions, how well you cooperate, how well you think creatively, and do your decisions become aligned and consistent with the strategy. On the bottom of the page, these are some of the areas you may or may not have to make decisions based on what the settings are for the simulation, either here at a district level or at a global level if you make it to the finals and compete in Las Vegas. So a very real life experience within a simulated environment. These are some of the things I want you to think about. It's teamwork. It's not one person. You have to have a strategy and a common direction. And quality is not just throwing things away or shipping good product, but it has a huge impact, because I want you to think about the impact across production and suppliers. There will be changing environments and variable demands. There's information available in the slides that you'll have to tease out, and coordination of decisions is important. So bottom line, from a simulation standpoint, the simulation challenges you to balance revenue with the cost to generate the revenue, the investment necessary to generate that revenue, to try and come up with the highest ROI. So I wish you luck, I wish you fun, and I wish you the best of times.